Oh, welcome! Got some news in the world of Black Adam. This stuff is actually genuinely quite anticipated. And I don't know whether it's the title, the character Black Adam, or whether it's The Rock. But we've now got some rumoured breakdowns of production, story, and potentially Dr. Fate will actually feature in the movie, which is based around the fact of the storyline that it's based off. Now, obviously, take this with a massive pinch of salt. It's all rumour at this moment, right? It's all rumour. But it's quite interesting. Genuinely interesting. And it goes hand in hand with what has been said by actors who are working on the film, i.e. The Rock. And also comments from Zachary Levi, and then also the bits and pieces which were in Shazam. It all kind of sets itself up for this. And if you think about like the wider DC narrative, I can see this piecing it together quite nicely. So let's take a look. This article is quite interesting. A new leak of alleged Black Adam details corroborate earlier reports. Okay, character descriptions, a plot synopsis, and crew credits say Black Adam will be a villain bordering on an anti-hero. That he is to share the screen with Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Dr. Fate, and members of the Justice Society of America. So they're really expanding it out. Cool. Don't know what this means for the wider narrative, but cool. Very interesting. I don't know what you guys think about that. What, Justice Society of America, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Dr. Fate. Awesome, but yeah, very odd that that's what they're doing. Especially if you're going to compare like Black Adam to the later Shazam, right? Because we've got the Shazam family now, haven't we? That's a big team, you know, to then go up against the Shazam family. It's a lot of people, isn't it? Or maybe what you'll have is something similar to Shazam, where it's mainly Black Adam and then at the end the Justice Society of America. I guess a very similar format, right? That would be a near identical format. Now, Geeks Worldwide writer and self-proclaimed entertainment insider, Viewlane, or whatever, is the source, and he shared his findings on the Reddit page DCEU Leaks. And again, it's all rumour at this point in time, but leaks have been proven to be right many, many times in the past. Many times. Terminator Dark Fate, Star Wars recently, and yes, there's ones which prove to be false as well. But we report on them, because sometimes they do turn out to be true, and it's interesting to follow it. Now, what they say. Okay, the storyline and character descriptions indicate, like in the comics, Black Adam is a champion corrupted by power and a quest for dominance over all magic. So it's stated that the storyline is based on the DC Comics supervillain. Black Adam is a champion turned villain whose quest for dominance over all magic drives him to destroy anything that stands in his path. Black Adam, character breakdown, is a corrupt ancient Egyptian predecessor of Captain Marvel, who fought his way to modern times to challenge the hero and his Marvel family as associates. Lead male 40 to 50, which is The Rock. Moving on, says what turns him villain could have something to do with a tragedy that befalls his family. According to co-producer Hiram Garcia, he spoke to comicbook.com months ago and states, but ultimately this is a guy who he does have a moral compass, as skewed as it may be, and ultimately he is a guy that everything has always been driven by his family and what happens to them, and he is never opposed to unleashing hell when you cross him. So it says, obviously, of course, the lead male 40 to 50 playing the Wizard's ancient chosen one is Dwayne Johnson, who produces with his ex-brother-in-law, Garcia, through 7 Bucks Productions or 7 Bucks Entertainment, which is their kind of production company. Johnson is adamant Black Adam shall become an anti-hero eventually. This is what he did when he kind of set his... basically, he sent this out in an Instagram post. He said, Black Adam, how he starts off as a villain, then he becomes an anti-hero, and then he might become a hero, or he might not. So right underneath the above synopsis and character breakdowns is the biggest story everyone is wondering about. Full details. The other roles listed are Hawkman, Isis, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher, Stargirl, and Hawkgirl. Isis and Hawkman lead so they'll be rather important to the story, and all others are supporting. So I guess not quite the same format, but similar format to what we had with Shazam. So all others are supporting, including Hawkgirl, so her presence may not be as big a deal as first thought, that's fine, who cares? Besides misandrists, I guess. The search is on for the actors who will play Hawkgirl and members of the Justice Society of America, so I guess we will know for sure by the time we get those announcements. Black Adam begins shooting in 2020. Finally. It's been announced years ago. Directly below is Vulane's original Reddit thread. So again, let's have a look at it. It's very interesting, I think. Especially the fact that it's done by New Line Cinema, to be honest. So production companies, DC Entertainment, 7 Bucks Entertainment, Flynn Picture Company, New Line Cinema. I'm surprised we've not got Warner Brothers in there. What? But whatever. They're probably just serving as distributors, I guess, so they don't take the potential hit. Now, producers are Beau Flynn, Dwayne Johnson, Hiram Garcia, Matt Tolmec. Storyline based on the DC Comics. Roles, right? So here we go. Here's the more sort of interesting part. We don't have a character breakdowns for this, though. But the age ranges are quite interesting. So Hawkman, 30 to 40. Hawkgirl is 20 to 30. Isis, 20 to 30. Atom Smasher, 20 to 30. Stargirl is just 20s. And Dr. Fate is 30 to 40. So I think that's quite interesting. Especially, you know, Hawkman, Isis leads. And Dr. Fate is supporting. And all the others are supporting. That's very surprising. Now, it continues on. Because again, like this all just goes down. Now, this is... I don't know what to make of this. I think this is potentially great news. Very, very interesting. This is a movie which was long been announced. Long been announced. So the fact that we're now starting to get these leaks come out. And again, got to remember, when we're talking about leaks, some of this stuff corroborates what we've already heard, like a long time ago. Interviews, comicbook.com, for instance. These things have been spoken about for so long. And there was even some comments recently by Zachary Levi, I think, with respect to Shazam, Shazam 2, and also Dwayne Johnson, Black Adam. But ultimately, I think this tells us a few things, really. It tells us that they're still going down the narrative of kind of separate-ish movies. If you're having all of these characters in here, all of these characters, there's no way that this is being connected to anything else massively as part of the DCEU specifically. It will obviously connect to Shazam, it will obviously connect to the other movies, but I don't think you're going to get as on-the-nose links as we have been getting. I do think that Warner Brothers is very much, right, we're separating this off now. We're just doing like Indiana Jones style adventures, same kind of world, sort of sequels but sort of not, sort of connected but sort of not. Things have progressed, but we're not really referencing things, they're just movies. And I think that's the way to go. I definitely think that's the way to go. Black Adam, played by The Rock, he's definitely improved his acting recently. I will be interested to see how he does this. I think he can be very good, can ultimately be terrible as well. But I think he will probably thrive in this role. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing him. I'm very much looking forward to Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate's epic. Epic. All the other people I don't really care about. Hawkman and Hawkgirl. It's interesting that they seem to be announced because we're getting a very Hawkman and Hawkgirlish armor in Wonder Woman. So maybe that's kind of setting some precedent for it. Who knows? I'm just probably talking nonsense now, to be fair. But I'm looking forward to this. Writer is fine. Fine. Not a bad writer. Fine. I'm looking forward to this. I will be excited to see how this connects to Shazam and what the greater kind of story is at play moving forwards. But what do you think about this? Are you excited for this? Do you think this is good news, bad news? I'd love to hear any and all of your thoughts, so please do leave them down below in the comment section. If you are new here, please do hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Guys, loads of you watch without subscribing. If you subscribe, it helps me do a lot more stuff here on the channel. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get notified of the videos. So if you're worried about me clogging up your notifications, I'm probably not, because YouTube sucks. So anyway, I've been Mr. H. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.